A very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadil Cabrera for political conversations that I hope will build this country. And as we're progressing with William Ruto's administration, I'm here with Herman Manyora, political analyst and commentator, also University Dawn. How are you doing today?
Good.
Conversation for today is the making of a kingpin. Oburu Odinga came out, said, look, I did not endorse anyone, after he said he preferred Opiyo Wandayi to succeed Raila Odinga a while back. I want to know what makes a kingpin in this country. Let's start from there. Is it being a tribal chief, as Ruto would call them back in 2022, or you have to become a national leader to some sense?
Our kingpins are basically regional or tribal kingpins, and usually from among the big five. From the Gema community, the Luo community, Luya community, Kamba and Kalenjin, those big five. So whoever commands that regional block is viewed as a kingpin. Okay. And that may catapult them into national limelight. Yeah.
So when we talk about, for instance, Raila Odinga, there are talks about him endorsing Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, or also there Eugene Wamalo and now, and then Opiyo Wandayi pops up. Are these names suitable enough for him when he decides, if he decides to say Huyu Tosha? Are these names suitable enough to be called kingpins, especially from Raila's stronghold?
Kalonzo Musyoka is already a kingpin. He's a command kingpin.
Okay.
So Raila toshering him would simply mean is pushing him, catapulting him in the national space, outer space.
Okay.
And where he may perform well because of Raila's backing.
You said Kalonzo is a Kamba kingpin. Raila would catapult him to a national figure. He was the vice president. You're saying he's not yet there?
He's there. He's among the top five, if you want. This country has about 5-6 top leaders. And Kalonzo is one of them. Yeah.
So Raila's endorsement will
give him, will up his stakes. I mean, it will make him closer to the president than he would have ever gotten if he was on his own.
What then is the role, though, of political parties when it comes to making someone a kingpin? You look at United States, we have Republican, Democrats, the only two parties that, perform in elections. And now Kenya, it's like we have so many parties, can't even name less than 10. Tell me.
America also has many, but we only know 2.
Then why are we in this place where Kalonzo Musyoka has his wiper, still supporting Raila, who has his ODM? How do political parties play?
I think we got to a point where you could not lay claim to national leadership without forming a coalition of sorts with other players who would be coming with their regions, with their tribes, with their parties. Yeah.
So you have to come up with,
yes,
start from the bottom.
Kenyan politics has gotten to a point where you cannot do it alone. And you remember in our new constitution, we talk of 50 plus 1%. In 1992, for example, Moi barely got 30%, I think because he got about 2 million votes. Against Matiba's about 18, 19 there. The difference wasn't much. And so on and so on. Until 2010, when we ushered the new constitution, where you must garner 50%. And remember, there was also the other provision of at least 25% of the votes in at least half of the 47 counties. To do that, surely you must work with other people from other regions and other parties. Yeah.
Then has these parties made it well for the people that are under the political leaders, to emerge as kingpins? You look at Uhuru Kenyatta, you look at Jubilee now, there's no one you can say Uhuru mentored to take over from him. You look at ODM, now you can't really say there's someone that Raila has really mentored to take over here.
It's difficult, yeah.
What is the problem with that?
It's not a problem, it's the tradition and the culture. In this country, our politics is about big names, number one. So somebody cannot get a small name from nowhere and then try to mentor them. It's about big names. But also these big names are associated with the political families. You see? So you are talking about Moi, you are talking about Kenyatta, you are talking about Jaramogi, where Raila is. And a few upcoming ones like Kalonzo Musyoka. And then you have some people who can grab it away from the big powers like Ruto. But basically that's how our politics works. So sometimes if there's a vacuum, there could be but the leaders rarely create a vacuum. When they are there, they are there. And that's as it should be. I was tweeting today and arguing, why are you asking Raila to talk about successor? He's there. That will come.
Is this why Oburu Odinga has come back and said,
yes,
I do not endorse
Why?
Odinga?
Yeah. And in any case, power is not given. You go for power. Don't wait for Raila or Kalonzo or Uhuru to give you. You get your power. Among the Kikuyu, the Mudigi, you return it, but does not mean you give somebody. You take the Mudigi, is it Mudigi or something, and give it to somebody.
Really know.
You children of these days.
So you have to take that power.
Yeah, so you take it. If somebody wants to succeed Raila, if it's Babu Wino or Pio and I, let them take it. Yeah.
How do
you strategize, you wait. The right time you strike if you're a Babu Wino. It's not given. That's why Oburu was wrong.
Actually, Oburu actually said that...
If he has retracted, fine. But if he meant that they will give Opio and I, my friend, he was...
he said Raila was not elected to the position that he stood up and took it.
Yes,
then
exactly.
I go to the role of the politician themselves.
So that, if you ask me, that means if people want to succeed Raila from Luo Nyanza, they will have to fight for it. And there are many people angling for it. There are many.
When you look at...
From the ODM side, from Kenya Kwanza side, there are people, you can name them. They have been named. I saw on TV yesterday. Some other day, I don't know, yesterday or the other day.
What character would you say about William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua? Now looking at the way Rigathi Gachagua is playing politics and William Ruto now president, what character would you say distinguishes them from the leaders that we are seeing in other regions that have tried to get power and have yet to take it?
You see, Rigathi and Ruto are examples of people who go out to grab what they want. They don't wait to be given. In the order of things, in succession order, Rigathi does not feature anywhere in Mount Kenya. But he went out and grabbed it. If he will finally get it, he hasn't quite gotten it, but if he will finally get it, it will be because of sheer hard work, sheer determination, and the ability to fight to get it. Ruto certainly fought it. He was not Moi's choice for a successor. He fought Moi when Moi was alive and took this thing from him. To wrestle the Kalenjin community from Moi. I don't think Moi liked it very much.
You look at people like Opio and I now being brought into the limelight. Oburu says, look, this guy, he knows Raila's moves. He's the most suitable one to take over. He's the minority leader. Does he have that character?
You see, there will be two ways of perhaps succeeding Raila. And the two politicians represent those two ways. Opio and I may represent the way of scheming, strategizing, networking, getting close to Raila, warming your way to lower power. That is one strategy. The other strategy is you play the politics, the hard ball, tough ball, and you become popular with the masses. That again is what Babu Owino is doing. So which one will prevail? Is it the one somebody will strategize to get power from Raila when the time comes? Through networking, getting close to people who are around Raila and Raila himself, negotiating basically negotiating to succeed Raila, or will it be a person who will go the Ruto way, play politics, become popular like Babu Owino and get it? Time will tell. But if the past is anything to go by, in terms of getting power, to be the kingpin, Babu has a head start.
You've mentioned him more than 4 times in this show. What makes you think he has that head start?
I've said there are 2 ways of getting power in Luo Nyanza. There could be 3. Let's dismiss the 3rd one. These are outsiders who are not within the house, who think they can attack Raila and finally succeed him.
The Kideros?
The Kideros, the Walos, all those people. That I think for now is far-fetched. That leaves you with 2 possible strategies. One where somebody warms his way to power by being close to Raila and his friends, by networking around Raila and negotiating for that power, for the space of leadership. The other one is where you do it as a politician. You fight your way to get it. You start by being popular with the masses. So I've said the one of negotiating for power to succeed Raila is best exemplified by Opiyo and I. There may be somebody else. It could have been Orengo, but because of, I think, other factors, it's more likely to be people like Opiyo and I. The other one I'm only saying is, who else apart from Babu Owino now?
How about the Jalango's way? You say you are loyal to Raila,
yes,
work with the administration, and then go back to Raila. Now I think they have reconciled. What is Jalango in a suitable position to, you know, take over after Raila, showing that he's a neutral person? Jalango
is another league. We are talking of the league of people who can succeed to be Luo leaders. Jalango is not in that league. He's on the third tier. We are talking of first lane, people on the up there in the league of succeeding, where you'll find Opiyo and I, James Orengo.
Sifuna
I mean, in terms of, if you're talking about Luo Nyanza, or there will be Orengo, there will be Babu Owino, there will be Opiyo and I. You'll have a problem sneaking anybody else there. Then there could be others. Then maybe down there is where Jalango belongs. Jalango hajafika at a second tier. We are talking about big game. Big game politics. You're talking about Premier League.
Okay.
Is it Premier? Which is the one?
Premier League.
Premier is the top one.
Champions League.
Champions League.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it. That's where Opiyo and I is.
What role does financial backing to play when it comes to taking over, not just as a kingpin, but also taking over power? Because it's one thing to become a regional kingpin, but it's another to become president, how Ruto is. What is the significance of financial backing?
Without resources, you can't go far. Kenyan politics, unfortunately, is money-driven. And without money, you will be compromised. Look at the number of politicians Raila is losing to Ruto. He's losing to Ruto because, truth be told, it's about resources. Yeah. It's about resources. When people say they are going for development, they are taking their tummies there.
But doesn't Raila have financial backing? Doesn't he have enough wealth?
Well, if you are
the problem?
You may not have enough, or you may have enough, but you are not the giving type. Raila's politics is not about giving people money. And that's why whoever succeeds Raila will have a big problem.
Why?
You know, to maintain the numbers Raila maintains without using money, my friend, you must be a magnet, and Raila is a magnet. Yeah. If you are to succeed Raila, and you are a Luo, for example, Opiyo and I, my friend, you'll need bags and bags of money. Bags and bags of
money.
Because Raila does not use money, and yet people go to him.
Does Babu Owino have this thing, this magnetic thing? You don't have to use resources, but people like you, Vijana Ra, Vasichana.
Yeah, Raila, I've told you Babu is popular with the people. And that may give you the kingpin position among the Luo, for example. And maybe you go up there for bigger things. But I'm saying to maintain yourself, to operate effectively, you still need money. Big money. Whether Babu Owino or Opiyo have money, I don't know. I'm not close to them. If they have money, I don't know.
So finally, maybe you can tell me this. You think you're a kingpin, the likes of Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, you know, to name them, and then they want to take over power.
Yes.
How should they differentiate the love they get from their own people and getting national support?
That's another challenge. That's why many of these people, if you stand, you'll just get your people's votes. Chege just Ford Kenya, Ford people, watu wengi sana, ijapokuwa Nyaribari chache. You know,
but then
the Kisses just vote for you. Then the Luyas just vote for you. Then the Kambas just vote for you. You are Kalonzo Musyoka and 207. To combine the figures, to make the numbers add up like Raila does. I'm telling you, Raila is a magnet. I'm telling you. When I say this, people think, oh, Raila is what to me. We are not even that great friends with Raila. Just my friend. Look here. The Kikuyus, Kibaki, Matibas, but let's say Kibaki, who became president, Uhuru Kenyatta. They start with big numbers on the table. The numbers they start with are big. If a Mount Kenya candidate, let's say Jimmy Wanjiga stood, and the Kikuyus want to back him, they'll start, pop 5 million on the table before they talk. 5-6 million on the table before they talk. Sasa anaenda kuongeza tu kidogo kidogo. But Raila starts with hardly 2 million. 1 point something million of his own people. That he will walk across the country and fill the basket with the numbers to be able to threaten a man who started off with 6 million. That's where the challenge lies. It's not easy to do what Raila has done. To start with, like, we are all tribal, our politics is the ethnic based. The Kikuyu is starting with 6 million, you are starting with 1 million. He needs just 1 or 2 more to win. You need 6 to win, 6 more away from your home. And that's what Raila, that is the feat Raila manages to achieve. Every time there's an election from 2007, 2013, 2017, 2022, you traverse from Nyanza. Within Nyanza, you must convince the Kuria who are not Luos, the Kisses. Then move to Western, your neighbors. They are not Luos, they are your neighbors. Take those. Then get a train, board a plane, all the way to Coast. Convince those people who are also not homogeneous. We have the Arabs, the Swahilis, the Mijikendas, and Taitas, and you know, all those people. The Oromos. Now take a helicopter now. Go to Northeastern and convince the Somalis, the Boranas, the Lendiles, all those people to fill your basket. Then take another helicopter, go to Turkana. Bwana Raila does a lot of work. People must respect Raila. Let's see anybody else who will do that.
And that is my last question.
So that now the only place he has not been getting has been Mount Kenya. And in that last election and the other election, Rift Valley. But 2007 he got everyone except Mount Kenya. Can't you respect a man like that, even if you don't love him?
Is there anyone,
even if you don't vote for him, you have to respect, even fear him. And this time he landed up to Mount Kenya and people are saying he got nothing. No. Even if the elections were not stolen, he got 800,000 votes from Mount Kenya. It's like saying Uhuru could have gotten 300,000 votes from Luo Nyanza or Ruto. That's an impossible feat. So this man, to answer your question, what he has done, I doubt that other politicians, they will always have a problem fighting a politician from Mount Kenya. That's why I see it. This election is cheap, 2027. If the Kikuyus were to decide they want to get back their power, it's no contest. Because they'll put 6 million votes there. Ruto minus Kikuyus, what does he have?
And he got 5.
He can't be number 1. He can't even, number 2 will be a problem. Number 2 will depend on whether Raila is running or is supporting Kalonzo. Or whether Mudavadi decides now that Nani is running and this guy has not made me running it. So, that's how difficult it is to be a non-Kikuyu candidate. Ruto would have been nothing without the Kikuyu last election. They teamed up with him. Otherwise, his own numbers, 2 million or less. Kujaza hiyo kikapu bila Raila anazunguka Kenya na kujaza. Man, people should respect Raila. Fear him. Whether you love him or not, whether you vote for him or not, even if you hate him, there must be some space in you to respect him. Moving around this country, collecting those votes, and you are competing with a man who tap on the table at a go 5 million, and you unaweka moja. My friend, it's not easy.
Well, thank you for tuning in into this conversation. If you are a leader, if you're a kingpin and you want to take over power, maybe you should sit with Raila, get to know where his magnet comes from. This is Herman Manyora saying it's very difficult to fill that gap. But until we do talk again, have yourself a lovely rest of your day.